push your girl, you know what I'm saying? Hi guys, Dalana B here, and today I am coming at you guys with a new video because today is Makeup Monday. Yay! Today's video, I am going to take you guys step by step on the process of getting a flawless foundation application. Now, this will be a two-part video. I will do a video on flawless foundation application, and then I'll also do a video on eyeshadow application and everything that you'll need. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys everything you need from the base on your face to the how to match your foundation, concealer, contouring, setting, all of that good stuff. I will be giving you guys my tips and tricks on how I achieve my flawless foundation application so that you guys can kind of know what you need and you can kind of get out there. And those of you who want to learn how to apply foundation or makeup and you don't know where to start, this is the video for you. So if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you are an oldie but goodie, hey girl, hey, welcome back. Thank you for rocking with your girl. And let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. When I start applying any kind of makeup, I like to go ahead and prep my skin first. So I've already washed my face and everything. I like to use my Cetaphil wash for sensitive skin, so I like to go ahead and I like to wash my face using that, and then I will moisturize. I personally have been using this one, and it is the Pond's dry skin cream facial moisturizer, and I do get this from Walmart. It's like $6. So this is the very first thing that I like to do when I am applying my foundation. Moving on to primer. Now, you want to use a primer. I know a lot of people ask about, oh, I've got these pores on my face. How do you get your application so smooth? On top of making sure that my face is moisturized and I have a good base, a primer is really good as well. So I like to personally use my MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance primer. I have been using this for years and it has not let me down. So like I said, I'm going to use my MAC Prep and Prime, and I don't use much. I just use about that much. And I'm just going to take this, and I like to focus it on the areas that I tend to get oily in, which is my T-zone area. If you don't know what a T-zone area is, literally if you was to take a, do a cross over your face and it literally shapes like a T. So now we're going to move on to actually the application process for the makeup. Now, for me personally, if you've been rocking on my channel for a while, you know that NARS is my holy grail. Like, NARS has been my ride or die since my makeup journey started, however many years ago. But I want to give you girls some alternatives to the NARS foundation that I'm about to show you. So the foundation that I'm going to use is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and I'm going to use it in the color Macao. But if you don't want to spend the amount of money on a higher end product because you're just starting out, I do have some alternatives for you, and they are going to be Juvia's Place foundation, and I just love these. It is the I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation, and I love these. And then I also love the Maybelline Fit Me. That's not what this is, but the Maybelline Fit Me, as well as this Dream Radiant Liquid Hydrating Foundation. I absolutely love it. So I use these as well as my as well as my NARS, because I think that they are comparables to the NARS. Now, a lot of you ask, well, how do you know what color you're supposed to use in foundation? Well, you're just gonna shade match. Now, a lot of people like to shade match based on their face. Well, that's not a good thing to do, or on your hand. No, ma'am, don't do that. What you want to do is you want to shade match to your chest, because sometimes your face can be a lot darker than your body, and then your body can be a lot lighter than your face, if that makes sense. So you want to do like right here between your neck and your chest area, and that way everything from here on down will match, because what you don't want is to be either too light and too dark here, are too dark and too light here. Now, let's just say you go to the store and you, for whatever reason, you buy a foundation that's too light, or you buy a foundation that is too dark. To make it work, you can either, if it's too light, you can use a darker contour, and that will help bring everything together. And if it is too dark, you want to flip it, do the reverse, and you want to conceal and highlight with a shade that's a few shades lighter than what you normally would use to conceal, if that makes sense. And that will make everything come together, and it'll make everything work. So let's just go ahead and do my foundation, and I'm going to tell you guys what I use to achieve my flawless application. Now, I use two different methods, and it really doesn't matter. It's just what you're most comfortable with. I use a beauty blender, and this is a Sigma brush. This is just a flat top. This is just a flat top kabuki brush, and it is very dense, and I like this because it's a flat top. It spreads it so beautifully and so evenly to where it just looks so natural and pretty. So what I like to do is I take, and I'm actually running out of this, but I like to take the pumps. Now you can do this however many, there's a lot of ways that you can do it. I have a variety of doing. For today's tutorial, I'm just going to pump maybe 4 or 5 pumps. And then I'm just going, I'm just going to dab it all over the areas that I want to cover. And then I am just going to start blending this by using patting motions all over my face. I like to go ahead and cover my eye as well, because as I told you guys, I want, when I do my eyebrows, I want them to have some kind of a base. I'm sorry y'all if y'all hear that ring, and that's on my ring. My ring has like a lock on it, but I want my eyebrows to have some kind of base so that when I go to do them, it will adhere to the product that I plan to use a little bit better. Okay, so the foundation is done. So I like to, if you guys notice, I didn't put a lot here under my eyes because we are going to conceal, and you don't want that to be so cakey. So by putting a whole bunch of foundation and then going back and layering it with concealer, that can get cakey all up under there. Then you have to set it, and if you have dry skin, and most times under your eyes is the driest, you don't want that. That's not gonna look good. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to move into my concealers. But today I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm going to use them in 2 different shades. I'm going to use Walnut with Walnuts, which is the color closest to my skin, and then I'm going to use Caramel to highlight. Now, you do not have to use 2 different colors. That's just me being extra. What you want to do when you're doing your concealer, you want to conceal but highlight at the same time. And the easiest way to do that is to pick a concealer that is 1 to 2 shades lighter than you. Now, if you want to go grand and you want to go 3 or 4 shades lighter than you, do you. Same goes for contouring. When you want to contour, you want to pick a shade that is 1 to 2 shades darker than you. So first, I'm going to start with the walnut, and because I am lazy, I'm just going to layer them at the very same time. I'm not going to go back and do all of that. And as you guys can see, this is kind of more towards my skin tone, and it may be looking a little bit orange, but that is okay. We are going to make this work. I'm gonna now go in with my caramel, and I am going to cover that and kind of spread this down a bit. You want to conceal a few areas. Now, these are just my preferences. You don't have to do all that I'm doing because this can be overwhelming to someone that is starting out new. You don't have to do everything that I'm doing, but this is how I achieve my flawless foundation application. So a trick that I like to do for especially this area here, because I don't want that too bright, I like to take the exact same side that I used for my foundation, and I just like to go over those parts, dabbing it. And what that does is it blends in your concealer as well as your foundation, and it kind of takes away that brightness depending on what kind of look that you want. You don't have to do this. This is just something that I do because, again, I want my foundation to look as natural as I possibly can get it. And what you want to do is you want to dab. And the reason why you want to dab is because if I start like swiping, all I'm gonna do is move that product. Whatever that product is, if I start swiping it, it's just going to move it all over my face. I don't want to swipe it. I want it to stay where it is, but I want to blend it out. And so by doing this, by dabbing it, that is how I am blending out all of that product. The key to flawless makeup, anything makeup related, is to just keep blending and to have fun. Like, so many people think that, and you can also go over your eye using your foundation or your concealer as a base for your eyeshadow, but that will be in another video. But so many people think that there are these certain kind of rules to makeup. It's not. All you have to do is just blend. And as you can see, that just blended so well. All right, boom, let's move to contouring. The key to contouring is 1, blending, and 2, finding the correct shade and undertone that works for you and the look that you want. For me, I use 2 different things to contour. 1, I use foundation to contour, or I use my contour kit, which is something that I've had for a very long time, and this is my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and it's a powder. So you can use a powder to contour or you can use a cream. Like I said, I personally use a foundation. Why? Because there's an array of colors in foundation and it just works for me. So I like to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cocoa Stick Foundation. Now, I am going to use both of them in this tutorial just because when you use a cream, anything, you're going to want to set that because there is a chance that it could move and it also could crease. You don't want that. Like, as you guys, I don't know if you can tell, but in my eyelids are starting to crease. So what we're going to do to fix that is we're going to go ahead and set the areas that I highlighted. Now, the reason why I did not highlight as soon, or I did not set it as soon as I finished blending it out, is because for me, those areas are super dry. So I like to let them sit for a minute and then I like to set. So I use, as a higher end product, I like to use the Mercier translucent setting powder. Now you can use a translucent setting powder or you can use a banana powder depending on how bright you want that area to be. Now you can do this 1 of 2 ways. You can set this using a beauty blender or you can set this using a brush. I'm just going to use my Real Techniques, and I'm using this one just because, like, I just like to use it. I don't know. I've always liked to use this one for my my under eye. And I'm just going to take it. I'm going to tap off the excess in my top. And then I am going to kind of look up and just press that all into my eye, including the area of my eyelid. But I forgot to mention to you guys, my beauty blenders are damp. They're not wet, they're damp. So let's jump back into our contour and then we're going to move on to our eyebrows. So this is my contour stick. For me, I just like to make sure that I'm snatched up in that thing, okay? And that's what we're about to do. So I'm going to take my foundation stick and I am just going to I'm going to go up here. Mind you, contouring is a little bit more advanced. You don't have to do this. Once you finish with your concealer and everything, you can jump right to blush if that's your thing. If not, you can jump to your eyebrows. But if you already done your eyebrows, then your look will be complete. You just have to do your lip, your eye shadow, and then your eyelashes if that's what you choose. So remember I told y'all I was lazy. Okay, we want to keep this as simple as possible. I'm gonna take that same contour kit that I was telling you guys about, and I'm going to blend and set at the exact same time. And I'm going to use a BH Cosmetics brush for this, and this is a contour brush, and you can kind of tell it's slanted here. So that kind of helps me, and my brush is dirty, but it's okay. I'm going to take, so what you want to do is you want to take the darkest shade that will match you. So for me, that's this shade here. So the same thing applies for your contour. You want to blend by patting. Now, be very careful for your forehead because it is so easy to move this product around. You don't want to do that. You want to just do the same motion because, again, we just want to blend this out. Now, for my nose, what you can do is you can use a smaller brush, which I have here, which is a BH Cosmetics. It's just like a smaller brush here, and you can just use this and just kind of go, you know, just blend all of that out, but that takes too long for me. So I'm just going to take the brush that I use, pinch it, and I am just going to dab until I cannot see that line of demarcation anymore. As you guys can see, nose snatched, okay? All right, so this is what we have so far. Now, we are not done. Now, this may be, this too much makeup. I get it. I get it. It's not for everybody. It's really not. But I'm just showing you guys what all I use to achieve a flawless application. Now, you don't need all this to achieve a flawless application. Like I said, you could do the foundation, the concealer. That's it. You could stop there. But for me, we going all the way, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into these brows, honey, because I know y'all like, why her brows look like that? All right, boom. We about to go into the brows. So for the brows, you can use a few different products. You can use a pencil, you can use a dip brow, you can use a powder, and you also can use what I'm going to use today, which is an eyeliner. I want people to know that makeup is all universal. You can use whatever you want for whatever you want. So I am going to use today my Juvia's Place eyeliner for my eyebrows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this brown eyeliner. And I am just going to take a little bit, because what you want to do is you are going to line, let me see, let me bring this closer, to line the bottom of your eye first, your eyebrow first. And again, you're just following the natural shape of your brow. Once you've got the shape, now remember, brows are not twins. They sisters, and sometimes they cousins, and sometimes they long lost cousins. Who cares? Do them to your liking. To set my brows, I like to go in. This is optional. You don't have to do this, but to set it, cheapest way that I know to do it, there are all these brow setters out there, whatever. I use a clear eyelash, what is this? Mascara, and I just set my brows using this. So, cheap alternative. Now, you also can bypass the whole contour step and just use bronzer, and you can get the same effect. This is just an added something that I put on top of it. Once you got your bronzer on and you're ready to do blush, if you are a blush girl, if not, then this would probably end your foundation routine, because the only things left that I have to do is blush, highlighter if you want highlighter, and then setting it. And a tip to kind of like put your blush on, if you don't know like how to do it, just smile. Smiles. You don't want to, you just want to like that. So next is just going to be a highlighter. You can use whatever highlighter you want. When you highlight it, listen, highlight what you want. If you want to look like a donut, put it all over your face. I'm not going to do my eyes on camera just because that's going to be next week's video. So make sure you stay tuned for next week's video. I'm going to finish off my face. I'm going to set it. So with setting, I like to use the Urban Decay All Nighter or my MAC Fix Plus, which can also be used as a prep and prime or whatever. But I use this to set, and then I also use this as well. And the setting is so that once you go outside, like it's hot, it won't move. Your makeup will not move like at all. It will not transfer, any of that. So you want to make sure that you're using a really good setting spray. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to set. Now when you set your face, I be spraying. Oh, I just be spraying and spraying and spraying. You don't have to do as much as I do. All right, y'all. So I finished off my face. I didn't do anything but just do the eye, added some lashes, popped on some hair, and that was it. I didn't do anything else to my face. Everything that I do to achieve a flawless face, you guys saw. So as you guys can see, it is a little bit of a lot. And like I said, it does not have to be all the steps that I took. You can stop at any moment. You can skip the steps. You don't have to do everything that I do. But if you didn't take anything away from this video, just make sure that your skin is moisturized. You have a foundation that matches. You have a good setting spray, and you have fun with it. Just make sure that whatever you decide to use, if it's everything that I use or if it's just a small portion of what I use, then, you know, just make sure that you blend it. Like, just whatever you're using, make sure that you blend, because that is what you're going to need to achieve a flawless face. Now, I'm telling y'all to blend, and I'm looking at my highlight, and it ain't blended all the way. So blend. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to make sure that stuff is blended out. So that is everything, that all of my steps, all of my tips, all of my tricks on how I achieve a flawless face. I have been doing this for years, and I get so many compliments on my foundation and just how my makeup looks. And it's not anything that I'm doing out of the ordinary. I honestly contribute a lot of it to having clear skin. Like, you have to make sure that before you put anything on your face, that your skin is as healthy as you can possibly control. Now, I understand that a lot of people, you can't control how your skin is, but do the best that you can with what you have, is what I'm saying. And I'm not trying to offend nobody. I swear I'm not. I'm just saying, you know, that's been my experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you learned something from it. If you stayed this long, because this is a long video, but I wanted it to be very detailed, because I know a lot of people ask, how do you do this? So I wanted to make sure that I tackled every part of the questions that I see and that I've been asked. So if you've been here until this here very moment, go ahead, give me some thumbs up, leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think, what kind of step you think I should have added, whatever the case may be, what you learned. What did you learn from this video? Also, subscribe, because you here now. You might as well subscribe. I mean, why not? I know y'all watching because my analytics tell me you're watching, but you're not subscribed. So I need y'all to go ahead and subscribe, because that makes a huge difference. And YouTube's algorithm be tripping. So I need y'all to subscribe so they can push your girl. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for next week. We will do an eye look. It may not be this look, but it will be an eye look, and I will go the same way I did with this. I will go step by step, product by product, brush by brush, so that you know what you need to achieve what it is that you're trying to achieve. So, guys, I'm rambling. Y'all know I'm notorious for that. In the meantime, in between time, I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.